I'm sick, but we got wrestling to talk about, and we don't cancel 2 weeks in a row. Let's do this. Welcome to Wrestling Council. I'm your host, Coming with Bob. I'm joined by my good friend, Hollywood Frank.
Boom, baby. I'm back.
Yep, he's back. You can catch us here every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, talking about all the big stories in wrestling. There's a couple. There's some things to talk about. Things I definitely heard things. Before that, let's go ahead and take a look at who we got here. Yeah, we got the leg kicks like hail. He said, "Hail, brother." It's gonna be a slow day today. We got more people as they slowly filter in. But the Maldecito says, "Sup? What's up?" You know what I say to that? This is what I say to that.
Sup?
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 Hello.
What's up?
What's up? Appreciate all you guys. Like I said, I'm sick. This is going to be a meandering show, man. It's probably also going to be a really short show. But before we get into anything, we have to do our favorite segment. It's what we call the good, the bad, and the ugly. I think you did it last because I canceled the show, so I'll go first this week. The good, somehow, I don't know, defying the laws of physics, Ray Phoenix didn't break his arm. It's like the dude's made out of freaking rubber or something, man. I swear to God, the minute I saw that spot, I was just like, oh God, he broke his arm. Everybody thought he broke his arm. And then a couple hours later, he tweets out, "Nah, it's good. It just dislocated my shoulder," which is still, he's going to be out for 3 or 4 weeks. But I'm like, you see the way that thing bends, and I'm just like, that's not supposed to bend like that. Anybody else, that arm's broken. Anybody else, that arm is broken. The fact that he didn't break his arm is beyond a shock to me, but it's good news. It's awesome. The bad news, other people didn't fare quite as luckily through the week. We had Jeff Cobb and Kenta were both injured at Wrestle Kingdom. Kenta really bad. I mean, he got messed up. Kenta's going to be on the shelf for a while. Jeff Cobb had a knee injury. Jake Atlas, who just signed with AEW, had a pretty good match with Adam Cole, and he blew out his knee. So hopefully it's not as bad as everybody thinks it is, and he's not going to be on the shelf for too long. But yeah, a lot of injuries, man. A lot of injuries. And that's not, I think there's more than that, but those are the worst ones. So wishing a speedy recovery to all those guys, because I like all those guys. And the ugly, Kenny Omega attacked online for tweeting out support for Riho and Britt Baker. We do know that the WWE versus AEW thing is very tribalistic. I don't support it. If you don't like either one, that's fine. You don't have to be an asshole. And some of the stuff that they tweeted was pretty disgusting. Some people were comparing him to a pedophile. And yeah, it's the worst element of wrestling fandom. So good for him for like basically just tuning that shit out and being like, yeah, you whatever, guys. But yeah, we got to be, I don't say this a lot because I don't subscribe to this kind of stuff, but yeah, we got to be better than that. That's my good, my bad, my ugly. What do you got, brother?
I'm surprised New Japan guy didn't say Wrestle Kingdom was as good. I'm really surprised at you, man.
Wrestle Kingdom was weird this year. There was some good. Don't get me wrong. There was some good, but it just didn't have the same feeling. It didn't have that big feeling that Wrestle Kingdom usually has, and it's because of the shutdown. It's because all the Western talent couldn't come in and out. Ospreay versus Shingo was, Okada versus Shingo was great. Ospreay versus Okada was great. They were great. There were great matches on the card, and night 3, and New Japan versus Noah was awesome, but it just didn't have that feel. So
yeah, I'll get to that leg kick.
Yeah.
Good was actually was I thought the Dustin Sammy Guevara match was really good on Rampage. That was really good.
Dustin
Sammy Guevara is your
yeah.
is your interim TNT champion right now. He's going to be going up against Cody Rhodes here whenever Cody's done with COVID. But yeah, I thought it was a really good match. Really good match. So,
and the fact that he can go at that age, man.
Yeah,
that's like, damn, son.
My bad is it's a new year and WWE is already starting with their hatchet job. Samoa Joe again. William Regal gone. If AEW can get William Regal, snap that guy up.
Dude, I said the 3 people they should snap up is William Regal, Road Dogg, because he was a really good producer backstage. Road Dogg, and the guy's name is escaping me now, but he was their booker. Because here's the thing, AEW does have a booking issue. Okay, Tony Khan is a very, very new person at this, so he makes some mistakes here and there. Having somebody that's, because and we said this for a long time back when in the original Wrestling Council, AEW was the better wrestling show, but very often NXT had the better wrestling.
Right.
So
if you can get a Bully Ray or Jim Cornette or somebody like that on your booking committee.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Regal's the perfect front man.
Yep.
I would hire him and have him be out there doing exactly what he did in NXT. Son of a bitch. The words, the Miz Cleaves is one true hero getting jobbed out to Edge. Let's see here. Courtney said, "Hey guys, Hollywood, hope everything is okay. Praying for your family." Yep.
Yeah. Had a issue with my sister last week. Ended up in the hospital, so could not do the podcast last week. Family is more important. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, and
what's your ugly?
That was my bad. Is William Regal, Oney Larkin, Thatcher,
everybody that was connected to Triple H, gone.
Yeah, and I was reading a report that we've said it before. WWE eventually is going to get sold. And the report that I read is that McMahon tried selling it to Fox and it was too much money and Fox turned it down. But and then they just decided to take SmackDown. So if a year or 2 years ago they were looking to sell it to Fox, why would they not be continuing to try to sell?
No, we know they are.
It's going to happen.
It's just a matter of when he gets the deal that he wants.
And the ugly ties into what Leg Kick said with Mickie James, the Impact champion, women's champion, coming to the Royal Rumble. Why? Because they let all the women and other wrestlers go last year. 80 people.
I think this is, we'll get into it after this. So
you let all these wrestlers go, and now you go, oh, we need to have a 30-man and a 30-women Royal Rumble. Uh-oh. We don't have,
unless you're going to pull up most of your female roster from NXT, which most of them aren't ready to do shit.
Yeah, and they already said they're not going to be pulling up from NXT. So, where are you going to get 30 women from?
The Bellas, who haven't been in the ring for how long?
Yeah, they got the Bellas. They got Lita coming
Summer
back.
Rae,
Probably Summer Rae.
Mickie James.
Yeah. Maybe Trish Stratus will be there. Who knows? But even if they bring Mickie James, you know somebody like Mickie James, Lita, Summer Rae, these people they're bringing back for one shots aren't winning the Royal Rumble.
Yeah,
they're just there for fodder.
They're bodies
to hit your 30 number quota.
Yeah,
and it's just
you
reap what you sow. You let 30 all these women go. Now you're struggling to get them in there.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting, but let's talk about the whole Mickie James thing. So they made that announcement. And they even acknowledged that she is the Impact Women's Champion. And a lot of people immediately like, oh, WWE, their forbidden door is open. There's a working relationship with Impact, and then the reports start coming out. Goes, nah, it's a one and done kind of thing. The consensus now, and this could change, because according to another report, they're saying Vince is at the point where he's like, yeah, I don't care anymore, which is another indicator of him wanting to sell. Because if Vince doesn't care about a policy that he has had in place forever, I mean, I can't remember the last time that they had a working relationship with a major I didn't want to say rival, like a major wrestling company, a major brand. Well, I can't remember the last time. I think it was New Japan back in like the Hogan days.
ECW, he tried working with that, didn't he? With Paul Heyman, because they had some of their matches at the Hammerstein Ballroom where actually one where John Cena lost to Rob Van Dam.
Yeah. Maybe, yeah. Okay, so that was in what, like the late 90s?
Yeah.
Late 90s, early 2000s. Hey, Fantasia, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you.
Big Blue Yule's here.
Big Blue Yule. What's up, my brother?
Hello, Fantasia. Hello, Courtney. Thank you, Mr. Maldacito. Yeah, my sister's doing better. She's back in Chicago, but cannot work for a month or so and cannot drive for a couple of weeks.
But the scuttlebutt coming out now is that this is a one and done. They reached out to Mickie, and after some talk, they were like, yeah, we're cool with it. And Impact's cool with it too. They're like, this is promotion to people that probably don't even watch us. But there's also a report going around that this is also being done to kind of make up for the trash bag incident, and trying to save a little face. But I mean, we'll see what happens going forward. If this produces dividends for WWE, I mean, we know that everything's about money, so who knows? Maybe they will have a working relationship with Impact. We know that Impact's working relationship with AEW got kind of soured because of a few things, not the least of which was the Sammy Guevara debacle.
They're gonna bring in Santina Marella.
Who knows? Courtney, here's the thing about this though. This is 100% win for her though. It's like, you got to remember that Mickie is like, she's the major promoter for the women's division in NXT in NWA. She's got a contract with Impact. So this does nothing but elevate all the brands. So I think she's looking at this less as a wrestler and more as a promoter. I think that's where her head is.
And the also got to look at this too, Courtney, is that with them bringing in Mickie, they can also, she could work a deal where WWE has to allow a certain wrestler to come to Impact.
Yeah,
because they did that before when they let Christian.
Yeah. But the fact that, and that's the other reason why some people say that they think Christian was removed as the champion from Impact is because they may have been talking about this a while back. I don't think so. I think WWE put together the Rumble and realized, oh shit, we need people. And they approached her, and she just approached it from a business perspective and went, okay. But the fact that they actually acknowledged her as the Impact champion, that's a big deal.
And there's also a possibility of Moose being there too, is what's been rumored.
Yeah, that's kind of bullshit. Yeah, that the whole thing was he tweeted out like he wanted to like I'm just saying me versus Roman would be awesome. So we'll see. Hicks Villains here. He says, "Sup? What's up, brother?" But yeah, so it'll be interesting to see. I might actually watch the Royal Rumble just because I already have Hulu Plus, not Hulu Plus, but Peacock. It's super cheap, and
Rob's got the Cock Network.
Yeah, I got all the cock. But
hey, you know,
let's.
I would rather watch the Royal Rumble than the Survivor Series.
Yeah, but let's go ahead and let's talk about something else here. So Dynamite.
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, and we talked about it, and I know I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, good.
You talked about, hey, the circle, big circle. It's going to the circle. That it would be from Lucha Brothers to Santana Ortiz. And I told you multiple times, I said, what about Jurassic Express? And you told me, no.
Here's the thing. I think this is part of. You were right. I will admit you were right. I still think it was a mistake. I still think that the Lucha Brothers reign should have continued. According to all reports, they did not. Like one of the working theories is that it was an audible because of Ray's injury. Yeah. From what they're saying is that nope, this was the plan all along. This is part of two storylines. It's part of the Christian turning on Jurassic Express storyline, which is supposed to happen soon, which tells me that their reign's going to be very short. The other storyline it's part of is the Eddie Kingston, Santana Ortiz, and Jericho storyline, because Eddie Kingston came out and he made the statement saying that if it weren't for Jericho, Santana and Ortiz would have already been the world champions. So I think it's a part. I think they took those two storylines and they're kind of intersecting them. Excuse me, I almost threw up. And they're intersecting them, and we're going to see something come out of that. I think they're breaking up.
Santana Ortiz or Inner Circle?
Inner Circle. I think Santana Ortiz are going to leave the Inner Circle.
Yeah, he does, Maldacino. 15 days. 15 days from today.
Yeah, maybe this time somebody won't steal my hat. I made the mistake of taking that thing to work, and I took it off, and I did my rounds and came back, and it was gone. What about Cody reinforcing? You just get off my nuts about that already, will you? Jesus. It could still happen. But
of course, Courtney, we're going to the show in Cleveland. 15 days.
Dude, and
a beach break? Yeah. It's Dynamite and Rampage.
Yeah, so we're gonna see both of them. And I gotta rework the sign. I still got the sign. I gotta do some reworking to it, and hopefully you guys will see it on television. But what was I gonna say now? I'm completely off track.
Talking about the Inner Circle breaking up.
Yeah, so because I think predictions for the show. One of two things is going to happen. If they both happen, I'll be extremely happy. One of two things is going to happen. Either Johnny Gargano is going to debut, or
Yes.
John Moxley's coming
Please.
back.
Both.
If they both happen, that would be fantastic.
Of course, there's beaches in Cleveland. Yeah, we got the lake down there, man. Huntington Beach.
It's less beach and more just sand.
Yeah.
So, but
we got that great Cedar Point out there, the best amusement park. Cedar Point.
Yep. But
beaches out there too.
Yeah, touching back on Dynamite, Hangman and Danielson 2 was awesome. I knew it wasn't going to go to a time limit again. I knew it wasn't going to go to a draw. And I'm going to tell you something right now. I've always liked Hangman Adam Page, but that dude needs to give a big thank you to Bryan Danielson because he's a made guy now. After those 2 matches, he is a made guy. There is no doubt about his ability, his overness. He owes Bryan Danielson a huge debt of gratitude for helping him get over that hump that a lot of people felt like he needed to get over. But that match was awesome. It might be their first match, the time of draw. That might be my friggin' match of the year. But this was really close. And that's after watching Okada Shingo and Ospreay Okada.
Question for you, Rob.
Yeah.
We've been talking about it before with Wardlow turning on MJF.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that happens in Cleveland because Wardlow's from Cleveland.
Yeah.
He would get a huge pop from that crowd,
dude. If that happens
on MJF in Cleveland, if he
does turn on MJF, he has to freaking wreck him. I don't mean just like hit him and then like he gets out of range. No, it has to be Wardlow absolutely destroying him, and then we have the follow up to that. So, it's possible. There's a lot of possibilities, man. If any of them happen, I'm gonna be extremely happy. If they all happen, holy shit, it's gonna be awesome. Lucha Brothers versus Jurassic Express, really good match, but oh my god, when Ray basically folded his arm backwards,
you got to, Mama C, you got to,
because they're Cleveland boys, man. You got to do that. But make sure y'all send me pictures. I'm gonna try to record it like I did last time. That I never released. I actually need to like do a compilation video of that. Just like cut it up and put a little music to it. But yeah, he when his arm folded like that, it immediately took me out of the match. I was like, oh shit. It's like, well, Ray's on the shelf. And I was like, God dang, man. And I was really shocked by Jurassic Express winning, but it's also, like I said, Jungle Boy is one of their big up and comers. We know that there's going to be heat between him and Christian Cage. We know Christian Cage is going to turn. It's just a matter of time. He's gonna cost them the title, and that's going to be it. Who they lose to, who knows? But we got to talk about this TBS championship match.
Somebody I'm really impressed with on Rampage. I think it's maybe been like the second time I've seen him is Hook. Oh my god,
Hook. Here's the thing. I'm
he
really
is
high
so
on
young, and it's like Jesus.
Yeah. He needs a lot of seasoning. Like let's be honest. He's got fundamentals down. He's got fundamentals down, which is so important. He's got the fundamentals down. He's got huge upside. As long as he keeps his head. I honestly don't think he needs to be on primetime right now because I'm worried they're gonna Jade Cargill him. But if he keeps going the way he's going, then he's gonna be something special. He really is. But I need to see him.
Speaking of Jade, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I need to see him in a storyline.
Yep.
I need to see him on the mic. I need to see him, everywhere outside of the ring, and I need to see him in a match where he's tested. So like I said, I'm high on him. I think he's got all the fundamentals. I think he's got tons of upside, but there's still more to be done. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, speaking of Jade Cargill,
Your TBS champion.
that match was dog shit, dude. It was the semifinals match that she had with Thunder Rosa, and then this match that she had with Ruby Soho has exposed her limitations, and her limitations are very, very high. Okay, here's the thing: if you want to do, Brian Alvarez touched on this, and I agree with him on this. It's okay to have a Goldberg in your company. Okay.
Yep.
It's okay to have that one person that squashes everybody and has like 3-4 minute matches. Okay. That's fine. And if you're going to do Jade like that, that's fine too. She's got the physique. She's got the look. She's decent on the stick. All right. You could do that with Jade. But these last two matches where they try to push her to, was it 11? It was past 10 minutes for both of them. It was like 11 minutes for one and like 12 minutes for the other. Oh my God. Her limitations were so exposed. It was so bad. Her timing is terrible. Her ring awareness is shit. There was one moment where Ruby was getting up on the top turnbuckle to do a move on her, and Jade stumbles across the ring to the other turnbuckle, not realizing that she's in the wrong place. You could tell that, and then Ruby had to just jump down, and it wasn't good. It wasn't good.
Nope.
This is not a knock at Jade Cargill. She's only been wrestling for like 11 months. In my personal opinion, I would have put the belt on Ruby, but if you're going to put the belt on Jade, that's fine. You need to Goldberger. That's the only way it's going to have any kind of semblance of making sense. Because when she tries to go long, she gets super exposed.
Yep.
And that match was terrible. And Ruby did the best she could, but Jade, like I said, Jade is just greener than goose shit. And then Brian Pillman got squashed by Malachi Black. But yeah, that was Dynamite, which was it was a good show. Like I said. So are we gonna get a live after show? What? I would put it on Nyla. I would put it on Nyla before I put it on Jade, but there you go. I hope Jade is in the main event in 15 days. Oh my God, dude. If the main event is 3 minutes long, sure, go ahead. Go for it. Hook is going to beat Goldberg's streak. Okay. Like I said, I mean, yes, it did. It had a lot of botches. And yeah, Phoenix and Darby, they're gonna have a beautiful career. Darby said that he expects Darby said he doesn't expect his career to be long. So I think they need to slow down just a little bit and it would help up. But there you go. All right, so Rampage was okay. We had Jake Atlas versus Adam Cole. They had a decent match. Unfortunately, like I said, Atlas blew out his knee.
Yep.
Hook versus Aaron Solo. Again, it was decent. Like I said, I need to see a lot more of Hook before I 30-minute Broadway shit, dude. If they did Jade Cargill in a 30-minute match, I'm turning the channel.
Oh no.
Oh my God. Sorry. I mean, like I said, it's not a knock on her, but she just is not ready. Pillman calls an old family friend to go after Malachi Black, and Stone Cold shows up.
Yeah. Not.
Yeah, okay. Everybody's just waiting for Brody King to show up. For Malachi and for him to start his faction and everything. NWA is back on YouTube. Yeah, I saw that. That's pretty cool. I like NWA. How about Ring of Honor's Impact Invasion? Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. But Rampage, Hook versus Aaron Solo. This was the closest thing to an actual match that Hook has been in. And it was okay. I mean, it's okay for what it is. It's developmental for him.
Yeah.
I still think he needs. They need to like take him off the main shows and put him on Dark.
Yeah.
Ruby Soho and Riho versus Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter. This was sloppy. This was a sloppy match. All the people involved with the caliber of the people that are involved should not have been this sloppy. So this is kind of a black eye for everybody involved in this. And yeah.
And then they had a tournament or the Battle of the Belts.
This is how I see the House of Black. Julia Hart, Griffin, Pillman. You mean doing the thing where he makes them go dark? I could see Julia. I could see Julia Hart going dark. And change her name to something like Julia Blackheart or something like that. I can see that, especially with the eye patch thing. I can see that. I don't see Griffin and Pillman going dark like that. But we know Brody King's coming. It's just a matter of when they decide to debut him. All right, I'm gonna ask your honest question. What did you think of the Garcia 2.0 versus Eddie Kingston, Santana and Ortiz? I thought the match was okay. It was a decent match. Could have been better. Yeah. But the storyline element of it is what really made it. That's how I felt about that match.
It's just throw down, all out, brawl out. It's like watching the Expendables. You're not gonna get. It's entertainment value with those guys, and they can put a good match together. But if you're looking for some kind of Bryan Danielson, CM Punk type match,
it wasn't
those guys, you're
match.
not going to get it. You're getting the Expendables in the wrestling ring. Guy just going to go nuts.
Yes. Hook is a draw right now. Yeah, no, 100%. He's a big draw right now, but I don't want them to Jade Cargill him. Jade's very popular. She looks great. She's super sus in the ring. I don't want them to Jade Cargill Hook is what I'm worried about. Courtney says it's not that Julia does anything. It's annoying. She'd be okay as a valet, especially if she goes dark. Don't you think Regal would be better for NWA? Regal would be better for anybody who picks him up. You're talking about one of the best wrestling minds in the entire business. William Regal is a friggin' treasure to the wrestling business. So anybody that picks him up, if you pick him up and you let him do his thing, you just elevated your business. Did you see Hook in that strip club video? Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah.
And Road Dogg could be hooking up with his buddy Badass again.
Yep. Just waiting for Kingston and Jericho to go down. Yeah, they're definitely going to go at it, and that's why I think Santana and Ortiz are gonna jump ship. They're gonna break off. When are we gonna get the Crybaby MJF versus CM Punk? When's the next pay-per-view?
I don't know.
Schedule 2022. See 2022. We got Beach Break, which is January 26th. I don't think Revolution is in March. I don't think they're going to wait that long. Do you? January, February. It's like, they might.
It's only 2 months.
Yeah, man, I don't know. I think dragging it out that far is a little too much. I think that'd be a little too much. March, yeah, I mean, possible. That's the kind of thing you do want to say for a pay-per-view, but there's got to be something that I think we'll get like something between them before that, but then the actual big time, like the big time match will happen at Revolution. I think that's what's going to happen. I think we're going to have a couple more weeks of Punk coming out and just causing headaches for him. I don't want Punk versus Wardlow. we might get Punk versus Wardlow on January 26th at Beach Break, and
Well,
then that might be what breaks them.
Aren't they going up against each other tomorrow?
Oh no, they're going this week, right?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Okay, yeah, tomorrow. Johnny Cage, y'all seen that video Hook in his free time? Everybody's obsessed with that video, man. Dude, he's a young kid. He's got a bunch of money. he's Taz's son. I mean, what do you expect? That's who we're talking about, man. That's the guy. So, but yes, I've seen the video, and it's interesting to say the least. But yeah, so that was Rampage. Do we let me go over
did you see the Battle of Belts?
Yes.
Shows?
It was all right. Let's see here. Belts.
Yeah, it was Guevara versus Dustin for the interim.
Yeah, that for the interim title.
Britt versus Riho.
Yep, Britt versus Riho, which was okay.
Riho.
I feel so bad. Some people say that. Dustin versus Matt Sydal versus Ricky Starks was a decent match. And Britt versus Riho. Yeah, it just furthers that storyline. I love how they're building up Britt, because when somebody finally does beat her, it's going to be big. It's going to be a big deal. And I think that somebody's going to be Thunder Rosa. So I would love a Wardlow versus Lance Archer feud. Yeah, dude, just big dude slapping meat. Hell yeah. That or MJF will hit Wardlow to cause a DQ as well. Yeah, I could see that. It's not a good look. I'll put it this way, Courtney. If Hook was 45 years old, like an old school, Jericho or somebody doing that, I would agree with you. Again, it's not great, but at the same time, he's a kid, so he's a dumb kid. And that's when you want to make your mistakes, so that way you can realize, oh, this was pretty stupid. Who'd turn on their master first, Wardlow or Hayter? That's a pretty good question, man, because Jamie Hayter is this close to basically just blasting Britt right in the face.
Yeah.
The thing that I wonder is Jamie going to cause Britt her championship whenever the person beats her? Britt's going to get beaten for that belt very soon.
Yeah, it's coming.
It's going to be, and I think it's going to be at Revolution. I think she's going to go up against Thunder Rosa, and she's going to drop that belt to Thunder Rosa, and it's going to be because Jamie turned on her. Montecito Hook is my hero. He's got, like I said, he's got a lot of upside, man. Johnny Cage, I fear Wardlow won't turn until he has the TNT title. It's possible, man. It's possible. I hope so. Britt loses. Yeah, we know that she's coming up on that amount of time that champions usually have the belt. She's had it for what, like 6-7 months.
I thought it was longer than that, but
I think it's at least 6 or 7 months, and I think it's time for her to drop it to Thunder. That's what everybody's been anticipating. So, but yeah, of all the matches, the best one was probably it was probably Britt versus Riho.
You thought that was better than Dustin versus Sammy?
I think it had more of a story. Here's the problem with Dustin versus Sammy. It was thrown together last minute. I understand the drama behind it and everything, like with the long-term storytelling they're doing with Cody, where when Brandy was being attacked, it was Dustin who ran up to save her and not Cody. And then now Cody's out because he's not cleared. His brother steps in and does all the heavy lifting, I think we're going to get a reverse of what happened at the original All In, where Cody basically reconciled with Dustin. I think it's going to be Cody tearing that apart. But
possible.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, there's so many ways they could go with this, but let's talk about Impact for a little bit because somebody brought it up. Impact just had their Hard to Kill pay-per-view. Pretty damn good pay-per-view, man. There were a lot of middle grade matches on the show. Jake Something versus Madman Fulton was okay. Mike Bailey and Chris Bay versus Austin Ace and Laredo Kid. I think Impact have really dropped the ball with Austin Ace. I think he's got a huge upside, and they just kind of let him languish. That was a decent match. The Knockouts Ultimate X match was not great. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great. Trey Miguel versus Steve Macklin was really, really good. That was a really, really good, really good match. Jonathan, but the match that I liked, and a lot of people tell me I'm crazy, was Chris Sabin versus Jonathan Gresham. Dude, give me Jonathan Gresham any day, every day, all day. I love that dude. I'm desperate to see him versus Bryan Danielson. I'm desperate to see him versus Zack Sabre Jr. I want to see this guy just kick ass and take names. So, and then my boy Josh Alexander versus Jonah. Excellent match. Was it the Good Brothers and VBD versus Heath, Rhino, Edwards, Swan? It was all right. You know, it's one of those. It's what happens when you get an 8-man tag match. And then was it Cardona and W Morrissey versus Moose? Was a good match, but the best match of the night, Mickie James versus Deonna Purrazzo. I'm really interested to see, like, this is going to be really interesting to see what happens going forward. What happens with the Royal Rumble and everything like that. So, but I've always liked Mickie James. I love Deonna Purrazzo. Impact's women's division is actually really, really, really good. And I think AEW like really missed the boat on being able to combine their two rosters for a little while during that time period. And I know that both women's rosters wanted to work with each other. It just didn't happen.
Right.
Austin Aries reminds me of Austin Aries. It doesn't matter to me if this is long-term storytelling. The payoff won't justify all the BS the journey was. Well, man. Yeah. COVID. Yeah. I thought I had COVID. That's why I got tested twice over the last couple of days. Charlie Haas has come back and got injured. Yeah, that was really unfortunate. Jay Lethal's probably kicking himself jumping so soon. Could have joined the ROH invasion, but is tagging with Sunny Kiss on Elevation instead. Here's the thing. I know a lot of people are upset because Jay has not been like featured very much over the last couple of weeks. After that, he had his big debut against Sammy Guevara for the TNT title. And then after that, he's been on Dark and Elevation for the last 2 weeks. Listen, this is only temporary. You got to understand, Jay just got there. They're trying to, and the way we know that they work storylines and everything, they do long term. Okay. They're not going to hire someone of Jay Lethal's caliber and have him sit on the shelf.
Nope.
All right. It's just a matter of time before he gets inserted into the TNT title and the world title picture. It's just a matter of time. So be patient, guys. I'm telling you, there's no way they're going to pick up a guy like Jay Lethal. Yeah. There's no way they're going to pick up a guy like Jay Lethal and just not use him. So I give it another month at best. Black Machismo. Did you guys notice that was cool about his matches though, is that he works a little bit of that stuff in, you know what I mean? Like the woo, you know, the finger, he does that a little bit in his match. It's Jay Lethal is a friggin' national it's a treasure, man. I love that guy. I could see him hooking up with a lot of people, like faction wise, like Andrade and stuff like that. What is going to happen with the TNT title? You're gonna have the intern champion versus Cody when he gets back.
Yep.
What about the big Swole controversy? I think here's the thing. Tony should not have tweeted what he did. Tony, he's the figurehead of the company. He needs, and this is something that Tony's had a problem with for a long time. Tony has thin skin. He shouldn't have tweeted what he did, and he should apologize for it. But this is the situation with Swole. We said it before, and I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Swole was just not that good in the ring. I understand. Nope. She was one of the first people there. She has an amazing story. Like, somebody coming back from, like, I don't know if you guys know how bad Crohn's disease really is. Our buddy Jim, who passed away, was it 7 years ago? His sister had Crohn's disease. That shit damn near killed her. That stuff is messed up. And the fact that she came back from that and had a career at all is pretty damn impressive. But what happened was, as more people came in and as time went on, the people that she started the company with, they began to elevate their game. Some of them began to elevate their game. Chris Statlander, Britt Baker, they began to elevate their game. Swole, for whatever reason, whether it was because some of it may have been out of her control, because even though she overcame that Crohn's disease, she still has it.
Yep.
So it's something she has to deal with. It's something she has to deal with for all the time. So for whatever reason, she did not elevate her game the way everybody else did. And that's why she fell further and further down the card. And at some point, they just said, like, I think she was like, I want to be, she saw herself here and they saw her here. And they couldn't come to terms with it. So I think that's why she was released. Tony Khan should worry about his NFL losing team. Yeah, Jacksonville's not great. Jackson, she should have changed her name to medium to make a way she can't wear it. Yeah, and here's the thing. I think the release could have been handled better and whatnot. It's just, I think she's upset that she got let go. I think she just felt that she deserved better. That's what happens when people get released. So, Rush and Dragon Lee, do you think they will go to AEW? Rush went through a major surgery, or do you think they will stay in AAA and New Japan? Here's the thing about Rush and Dragon Lee. They like to be able to do whatever they want to do. So if they're going to sign with a major company, they'll probably sign with AEW and then have an open contract, kind of like the way Moxley does. Moxley and Archer and those guys. They have, and they'll have something like that. Or they may re-sign with Ring of Honor, because Ring of Honor announced its return. And we knew that Ring of Honor was going to change the way they do things, and that they weren't going to have like a particular main roster, but they're going to have a few people that they keep on tenure. Like, because when you're doing the indie thing like that, you don't want your champion to be signed with no company, and then suddenly he's unavailable to you. So I could see Dragon Lee re-signing with Ring of Honor and being one of the four or five people that they keep on tenure. Maldacito said Lesnar went through Crohn's. Yeah, he did, and it fucked him up really bad. But with Swole, like Swole was like my buddy Jim's sister. That shit damn near killed her. Yeah. So as a person, I think she's awesome. As a wrestler, she's mediocre at best. If you don't believe me, go back and look at her career. Look at. She was involved in one of the worst matches in AEW history. That friggin' dentist office debacle bullshit with Britt. Back when Britt was shitty too. Oh, like I'm not gonna say that Britt didn't add to the suckiness of that match. But Britt, like I said, Chris Statlander, Red Velvet. They were all people that started with her, and they elevated their game. She didn't. Like I said, whether by design or just something out of her control. She's mid like MJF. I don't think MJF is mid. I don't think MJF is the best wrestler in the world. I think his character and his mic skills are what really put him over. I'd say he's about as good as like $1 Million Man, as Ted DiBiase, you know. But not see what you say. Yeah, and my voice is about to go too.
What do you think about Mr. Jackass Johnny Knoxville in the Royal Rumble?
Oh Jesus. You know he's gonna get press slammed out of there by somebody. You know that, right?
Of course,
he's gonna get freaking annihilated,
like freaking Otis. He's gonna, He'll be like number one, and Otis will be number 2.
WWE finally did something that I liked. They put the tag belts on Otis and Chad Gable, and it's like, if you guys don't know the story of Otis and Chad Gable, the reason why they put them together on the roster is not just like they've known each other for a long time. They were actually training for the Olympics together. Like they've been friends for a long time. Yeah, not watching this shit. Yeah, I'm not either. I mean, like I said, I grabbed little bits here and there. Raw was pretty much awful.
Omos can come out as number 1, and Knoxville can come out at number 2.
Oh my God, dude. Omos is, I don't know what the hell they're going to do with Omos at this point. I really don't. He's terrible. I mean, he's a big dude. He's the new what's his name? Elegante.
I thought you were going to say Great Khali.
No, Great Khali's better than Omos was.
I don't know. Yeah,
Britt was not there as a wrestler, but he found a personality that pointed out, showing what I should have Swole's more. Yeah, and it's like I said, like, and to be honest, a lot of this may have been out of her control, like I said, because that shit does not go away. Danhausen is now Dan Houston. Yeah, Danhausen. Here's the thing, guys. Danhausen's coming to AEW. He's 100% coming to AEW. It's just a matter of when. All of his friends are over there. Okay. All the people he wants to hang out with are over there. The money's over there. So Great Khali 5.0. I feel bad for I just feel bad for a lot of these guys because you know that they're just getting shit on. Like Nikki Ash. Like they for months they've been shoving this superhero shit down people's throats.
No, almost
it hasn't worked. Hasn't gotten over. Almost a super. It hasn't worked. It hasn't gotten over. So what do? They have her turn heel on Rhea Ripley. Now, I'm not saying that Rhea Ripley turning heel would have been better. I think this whole thing has been a block of shit. But how is this helping her? It's just that's the thing that's hard for me to watch WWE is I look at these people and I'm like, you know, she was great the way she was. Why you didn't have to do this? It was terrible. And then they continue to bury Big E, and it's a pile of shit.
Then you have Alexa Bliss going ape shit and destroying everything in the doctor.
Oh my God! Please, for the love of God, can we be over that crap already?
Her rewatching Lily, getting her head ripped off.
You mean almost? Yeah. And 2.0 is there with all the TV time while the Briscoes cut the greatest promos on the internet. Here's the thing: when the Briscoes show up, everybody, including me, is going to squeal like a schoolgirl. I'm going to tell you that right now. When them boys show up and they lay waste to everybody, it's going to be the best moment of the year. I'm telling you. If that shit happens in Cleveland, I'm going to piss myself. So
man, it's going to stink.
It's going to be bad. It's going to be bad, but it's going to be awesome.
Shit.
But anyway, guys.
Put on your diaper then, all right?
Yeah, I'll wear my pins.
What about Alexa Bliss in therapy? Yeah, she destroyed the whole doctor's office there, smashing everything.
This character should have gone away a long time ago. But anyway, yeah, we're almost at the hour mark, guys. My throat's about to, my voice is about to go. So I'm going to wrap it up.
Eat a cough drop.
Rub some dirt on it, yeah. But I want to thank everybody: Malicito, Leg Kick, Johnny Cage, Courtney. I'm looking through and I'm finding everybody else. Hicksville. I don't want to forget anybody. Yeah, Yule, Big Yule stopped in, and
Francesca.
Francesca. Oh, she was. Yep, she was. Yep,
No,
appreciate
Fantasia,
that, guys.
Fantasia. I'm sorry, Fantasia.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's here except for no Big Daddy this week.
Damn boys, probably the first time they made a grown man squirrel. Probably not the first time they made a grown man scroll. Yep. NWA's on. Yep, go watch that stuff, guys. Murdoch is awesome. But appreciate it, guys. Thank you for being here, and we will see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.